Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead. I'm glad you all are back. Today we are going to make a big amount of chili and I'm going to can it, okay? So I'm going to put you over here where you can see. All right, I have got 10 pounds of ground beef in this pot. Now, I'm just going to make this chili. I don't have a particular recipe. I'm just going to make it like I make my chili, okay? And I'm not kidding. A lot of times it's different because it depends on what I have on the shelf, okay? Today I'm going to make it. I've got pretty much everything I normally use in it. But when I do this beef, when I can it, I don't want a lot of grease in it, right? Because I want my lids to seal. I want to make sure they're sealed. So I don't want a lot of grease. So I'm going to put water in my hamburger. Does not change the taste of your meat at all. Okay, and I just want to get some of that grease out of there, which I will. I thought I brought me a, or I thought I had a, I'll have to look for it in a minute. I'll just use this spoon for now. But I'll show you as it's cooking what it does. And it's going to get a lot of grease off of it. Okay, I'm going to drain it, and then I'm going to rinse it, and then I'm going to drain it again. Okay, and then I'm going to put everything in my roaster to do it, to fix this up. Then I'm going to can it. So stick around, and this, like I said, this is for a big amount of chili. So we'll get this going. I've got this on high, and when this gets going a little bit, I'll bring you back. Don't go nowhere. You're going to want to see this. This is something that's going to be very good on your pantry shelf, okay? Especially during the cold, wet winter months. All right? So don't go nowhere. All right. So my beef is cooking. Now I put in 10 pounds, you guys, I put about, let's see, this is 4. I probably put 3 quarts of water in it, in this pan, but it's gonna be different maybe for you, okay? Because your pan might not be as big or maybe bigger, or so you just want to cover the hamburger about that much, okay? And then make sure it cooks in there. I'm going to show you what it looks like real quick. But it's cooking, okay? It's cooking. Now, if I get through this video, it'd be a miracle because I was having problems with my mic. I was having problems with my phone. My phone kept going off, and then had to push in my code, and I don't know what's going on with that. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get through it. So I'm going to get a little knife here. I think we'll cut these up first. While that's cooking, okay, while the beef is going, I'm burning up in here. It's 66 in here. I should not be hot, but I am. I am gonna get a bowl real quick. Hold on. Bear with me here, guys. I will just use this. It's the closest thing I got. I'm just going to put all my stuff in here. This is peppers out of the garden. They're already rinsed. And I'm going to put these in chili. You can omit these if you don't want them. You don't have to put them in. If you don't make your chili that way, you don't. You don't have to. I'm just going to cut up some of these, okay, in small little hunks like that. Like that. Okay. Then I'm going to do my onions, and I'm going to cut them up kind of small. And then when I get done with these, I've also got some jalapenos that I canned. And we like our chili a little, well, Tim likes our chili a little spicy. I can do with or without it, don't matter to me. And so I'm going to put those jalapenos in there. But I am going to, with these onions and peppers, I'm going to cut them up, y'all, and I'm going to put them on the stove, and I'm going to saute them a little bit. So they're kind of almost soft, almost. And then, like I said, I'm going to put all this in the roaster and add my other ingredients, okay? So let me get this cut up, and then I'll get back with you. All right, y'all. I got into the onions, let me tell you. Now, normally you would put like probably yellow or white sweet onions in there. But I didn't have but one white onion, okay? So I have like 2 bags of purple sweet onions in there. So guess what? it got a purple, and it got a white. And I may need more because, I've never made this much chili before. And I might have to put some more in there. I don't know. We're going to, like I said, we're going to play it by ear because I just don't know. I get this. My granddaughter bought this for me. I don't know. Some man come in her where she was working and was selling these, or woman, I don't know, man or woman, was selling them, and she bought me one, and I really like it. Let me turn this light on, and let me stir this. Where'd my spoon go? Right here. It's a cooking up, and this will cook it fast. And I don't know if I told you this or not, but I learned this little trick when I worked at the boys' home. I learned to do this. Had never heard of it before, but I'll tell you what, it works really good. Now, hold on just a minute. I'm going to have to go blow my nose, y'all. Hold on. Okay. My goodness. The onions are wreaking havoc on me. Okay. Now, I'm going to put you down here. I'm just going to saute these. I'm not going to waste much time on this because you all know how to do this. You're just going to get these to almost tender, almost soft, okay? If you want this in it, you may not make your chili with this. I don't know. So, but this is how I make I like this stuff in my chili. And I'm just going to saute this, okay? Smells wonderful. And that's going to go in my chili with, hold on a minute, and I even got my chopper out. My camera's crooked, I'm sorry. I don't know if you can tell, but I can see it. I look like I'm talking like this. I'm not going to mess with it, though. I'm going to open these jalapenos. Anyways, I got out this thinking it wouldn't, my eyes wouldn't be so bad from them onions. Them onions are stout. Now I'm going to get out a big bunch of these. These are out of our garden. And I'm going to chop these up a little bit. I don't know how many I need. We'll do that many. Because this is going to be a taste as you go. Okay. All right. That's all we're going to use for that. I'm pretty sure this is done. I'm going to go ahead and see that. I'm going to strain this. That's got a big chunk there. We better cut him off there. Let me strain this. I get all that water out. It don't matter if you get it all out or not. It's just, I always add a little water to my chili anyways. See that? Now, that's what it looks like. Doesn't mess with the texture. It doesn't mess with the taste. Okay? It's just ground beef. All right? And this is ground beef. This is not ground chuck. Hold on. My hands are dirty and I'm trying to not touch anything. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this. And see, I don't want to, there's grease in there. And I don't want to get all that down my drain. I don't want to put all that down my drain. Matter of fact, I need to turn this back on high or hot and keep that going down. Okay. If you don't want to put it down your drain, all right, I probably wouldn't do this at my house. I don't know. Then strain it in a bowl or a big bucket or something and then go pour it, I don't know, somewhere. Okay? I don't know what to tell you about that part. But I just know what I do here. But I live in the country, y'all. There's a beautiful blue jay on that branch right outside my window. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then I'll be right back. We're almost ready to put this together. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to write this down as we go. Okay, so I've got 10 pounds of, and listen, I used ground beef. I didn't use ground chuck. Could have used my deer burger. I didn't do that either, but this is for this recipe. You can adjust it if you want, but if you're a first-time canner, then this is the route we're going, okay? 10 pounds beef. Make sure my thing's on because I'm telling you, it's playing tricks on me. Okay, we're going to put this 10 pounds of beef in here. It sure don't look like 10 pounds of beef. And what you pay for it, it surely seems like you should have some more than this. But it's all right. Okay, there's 10 pounds of beef. I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I put almost a jar. I'll probably ended up If you don't want jalapenos, don't put jalapenos. I'm putting them in there. Okay? I may end up putting more in there after I taste it. Now this was probably about 3 small green peppers. Let me write this down. Let's see. What did I say? A jar of jalapenos. And 3 medium bell peppers. And 2 medium onions. Now, I may have to add more to it. That's why I want to write it down, because I won't remember all this. I won't remember this when I go to put this video on. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. And you're going to saute it in probably about 3 tablespoons of oil. I used extra virgin olive oil. Okay, take that out of the way. Let's get this stuff out of the way as we go. Now, I've got 4 cans of black beans. Okay, I strain them, rinse them off and strain them. I don't like all that black stuff in my chili. It makes it a weird color. Okay, now let me write that down. 4 cans black beans. Again, if you want to make your own chili and do this, that would be fine too. We're going to start with 2. Okay, and I don't know how much meat to bean ratio you all like. Okay, so that's going to come into play too. How much you might like, more meat than beans or more beans than meat. You know, I don't know. So there's 4, 6. We're going to stop at 6. I opened 8. We're going to stop at 6 so I can stir this up and look at it. Let me put 6 down. 6 chili beans. Now, I just used chili beans. And I got these at Walmart. We're going to put in, I'm going to put in 2 of these. 2 29-ounce tomato sauce. Now, I could have used my tomato sauce. Remember, I did a video on what I got out of the garden. But I didn't want to use all of it up in this. You know what I mean? I'm just going to put that much at first. You know, let me stir this. This is going to make a lot of chili. We're going to have a lot of it on. And I've already got it on the heat. Let me get rid of this. All right. It's looking good. It's looking good. But it's looking dry. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You don't want this to be real dry. You want this real thick. You want it to be a little bit on the soupy side when you are canning it, because as it sits in the jar, after you can it and it sits in a jar, it thickens up. Okay, so you don't want to put real thick chili in there. It'll be like a brick. You won't be able to get it out. Or it'll just be so thick and you'll just have to add something to it. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to get some water. Let me grab some water. Okay, let's see. I've got almost 2 quarts. Let me see how much I'm going to need, okay? Before I tell you how much we're going to use. I'm going to need some more tomato stuff. Okay, this has gotten a lot hotter. My phone, y'all, my phone and my microphone messed up, and it had to do with my passcode I had on my phone and everything. So I had to get that all situated. So this has gotten pretty warm. Now I'm going to tell you, I have added a few things to it since I had John here last. I added 2 more cans, 1 more can of tomato sauce, which I'm going to write this. I'm going to put this in the description. It'll be wrote down for you. Writ. And what else did I put? I put something else in there. 2 more cans of chili beans and some more of the seasoning. Okay? Oh, about half of it. I haven't stopped yet, so I don't know. I'm not going to put that down yet, but I'll have this all on there for you. So Tim has come in and he has taste tested it. He says it tastes really good. I've got it really thinned out. Oh, did I tell you I also put in another can of tomato sauce? And I think it's just about where I want it. I'm trying to let it get a little bit warmer so we can taste it and just make sure, because I want to make sure it's good. Oh, you said it didn't have enough salt, didn't you? Okay, let me go get a measuring spoon. Let's put 2 teaspoons. Be on the safe side. You can't take it out. That's why I say we'll put 2 teaspoons and then we'll let it warm a little bit and then we'll taste it. I think that'd probably be good, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, I don't want to ruin this whole roaster full of chili that I'm going to can. I would hate to ruin that with too much salt. So let me let this warm up a little bit and then I'll be right back with you. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I forgot my microphone. I'm sorry, you guys. I hope you could hear me a while ago. If it cut it out, I don't even know what my phone's doing some funny stuff. But I was just telling you that I'm using small-mouthed quart jars is what I'm using. I'm leaving an inch headspace. And I made it runny, a little runny on the runny side instead of really thick. We like a thicker chili, but when I open these up, after they've been on the shelf, they're going to be just the right consistency. Thank you. Also, I added the rest of this, so I put that on the list, so you'll know how much I put in there. Let me get this out real quick. That's way over an inch headspace. Sometimes you get them too full, but it's easy solved. Let's see, all those look good. That one looks good. Oh, I still have half of the pot left. So I am going to need my other canner, Tim, if you wouldn't mind to get it for me, because there's no way we can eat all this that's left. Even if we ate it for 3 days, I don't think we could put a dent in it. So now I'm going to grab some paper towels. We're going to debubble this, okay? There shouldn't be much air in it because it's pretty liquidy. So I'm just going to kind of stir that around a little bit, make sure there's no air in it. You want to do this before you do your vinegar. Wipe your rims off with vinegar. And remember, I always tell you guys, check your jars before you put anything in them, okay? Make sure you check your jars. Okay. Then I got a little bowl of vinegar here. There is a little fly flying around. If y'all see him, I have chased him high and low, and I can't get him. He's just fast as a rabbit. If it gets cold in here tonight, he'll be gone. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe these off real good, really good, because I want that seal to seal. I want it to seal good. And I'm going to use my good 4-jar lid. No, I'm just going to go ahead and use my ball lids. We'll see what happens. I switched over to 4-jar, and I really like them, but I'll probably just use my ball ones with this. I've got my 3 quarts of water in my pressure canner. I don't know what your pressure canner takes. You'll have to look at your manual, your book. Mine takes 3 quarts of water. I got it warming. Oh, you know what? I didn't tell you, but my little weight is in the drawer. I'll go get it, though, because I won't need it for a while.
Oh, wait. Where's the drawer?
In the, it's not in there, is it? No. It's in the silverware drawer in the top. I'll go get it. I don't need it right now. I just forgot to tell you to get it. Grab it. I'm going to have 2 pressure canners going. I don't know about that. Never done that before. That's a first. I am so hot. It's 80 degrees in here. He had to turn the air on over here. It's crazy hot. Okay. When I pressure can these, I don't even put them in hot water no more. But if you want to, go ahead. I don't think you have to. But if you want to, go ahead. I'm going to put my finger tight, guys. Finger tight. I've got something on that lid. This is going to be so good on the shelf. Just go in and open it up. Just like you buy at the store. But better. Better than the store. Well, mine will be for us because it's my chili, right? Okay, I'm going to put these in the canner. I hope my volume's working where you guys can hear me. Thank you. Tim went over and got the other weight. And there's that. We're going to get this going. You don't want your jars touching, you guys, if you can keep from it, because they'll be clinking in there. Because they get to rocking and rolling when that gets underneath all that pressure. So I try to keep them away from each other as much as I can. Okay. There we go. Now, my canner holds 7 quarts. This is my new canner, and I haven't decided. I like it because I can double can in it, but I have to babysit it because it has a gauge. And I'm used to using my weighted canner. And I don't have to babysit it. I can walk off from it. This one I can't really. But like before, well, like I always tell you guys, look up through your hole and make sure there's nothing in it. Make sure your steam vent moves. Make sure your rubber piece is good and not dry rotted or have any cracks or frays or anything in it. Okay, and then put it on. This one's kind of cantankerous, or it's just probably me because it's new and I'm not used to it yet. All right, there we go. I'm going to turn it on high. Now on this one, I don't know what kind of canner y'all have, but let me show you. On this one, when it gets up to a little over 5 pounds of pressure, which they call PSI, I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to start turning down my heat. And then it should keep rising. When it gets up to 10 pounds of pressure, I end up having to turn this on low. And then it stays pretty much there. But I have to babysit it for a while, pretty much the whole time. And then I have my weight that goes on here. I bet I didn't bring it over here either. My other weight. I don't know. I'm going to have to go look for it. Tim's like, where's it at? They can't hear you because you don't have your mic on. I'm going to go ahead and get these going, though. This is my old pressure canner, and I'm just used to it. So I'm going to go ahead and can probably 7 more quarts. You know what? I'm going to have to go get some jars over there, too. New ones? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I won't have to. All right. So I do have some quart jars I can use. And I won't have to run and get them real quick. All right. When I get these done, and we're going to pressure can this 90 minutes. 90 minutes because it's quart jars. I think it's like 75. I think it's 75 for pint, but I'm not sure. So you have to look. It's in my ball book. There's actually a recipe in the ball book too, but I wanted to use my chili because I know we like our chili. So, but there is a recipe in the ball book. But 90 minutes for quart jars. So when I get done, I will bring you back and I'll show you what they look like. Also, don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. What do I say, not what I do? Isn't that what we tell our kids? Vinegar. I need to put some vinegar. I'm just going to put it out of this bowl in here so my jars don't get that calcium buildup, sediment stuff all over them and make them look yucky. Okay? All right. I'll be back with you guys here in just a little bit. Don't go nowhere. All right, I have all this done. I have, well, it's not done, but I have 14 quart jars, 7 in each canner, that's getting ready to go here. I forgot to tell you guys. We got to vent it for 10 minutes, right? It's going to steam for 10 minutes. Then we're going to put our weights on. If I can keep from dropping it. This one's going to go on the one with this. This one will not rock or shake because I have a gauge on that one. This one will. I've got, there's 10 pounds of pressure here. This is 5 pounds, and then you put the little ring on it, and that makes it 10 pounds, okay? And then that's got a gauge that's going to tell me when it's 10 pounds. So I'm going to put these right here beside them. I'm going to clean up the rest of my kitchen because it is a mess. And then we've got, this is what we're eating for dinner tonight. So we have this chili, and that'll be plenty for us. That's a little over a quart probably more like a quart and a half. So we won't have to eat on it for 3 days, but we'll have enough for dinner for us. So that worked out perfect. It really turned out good. It turned out really good. It's not a real thick chili because, like I said, when you can it, you don't want it real thick because it's going to thicken up in the jar after you process it in these canners for 10 pounds of pressure for 90 minutes. Okay? Now, one might be asking, Chris, aren't those beans going to turn to mush because they're already canned and put in here? You're not going to be able to tell. You're not going to be able to tell that these were already cooked once. A lot of people will put dry beans in there, and I do sometimes use dry beans or peas or something, and you just got to be careful with those. But no, those won't. I've put already cooked beans in a can and cooked them, and it's fine. It'll be fine. As a matter of fact, I may open up a jar when I get both these done. Open up a jar and show you that it's not going to be mush when I open up that can, okay, or that jar. So let me get busy here and clean up this kitchen so I'm not over here all night long. So don't go nowhere, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. All right, guys, I am done for the day. I am so tired. I wanted to bring you back and show you. I thought I had a jar explode in one of my canners, but I just opened both of these because I thought I'm going to have a mess. I'm going to have a mess to clean up. But I got to show you what happened. If you can see that one did fine. Then when you get to this one, I want you to look what happened. The lid come up off of there. All the chili is still in that jar. And I'm going to take these out. I don't see, the liquid doesn't look like there's any chili down there. Now listen, we're talking 11 pounds of pressure for 90 minutes. And that chili didn't move out of that jar. That is amazing. I'm going to get the ones around it out first. That amazes me. Now you tell me how that happened. Tell me how that happened. There's a little bit of chili and grease in there, but all the chili is still in this jar. And as far as I know, it didn't break or anything. It's still intact. Is that not crazy? I'm just going to tell you that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm filthy, so don't mind me. I'm going to go ahead and take these other ones out of here. As far as I know, they didn't crack. One just popped. All right, here we go. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 jars now instead of 14 because of that one. Let me, I got to turn. And it is full. It's full. It's got all the chili is in there, but I would not eat it. Well, for several reasons. But if there was a nick or a crack or something where the glass broke, I wouldn't. I wouldn't mess with that. But that just that amazes me. It all looks really good. Let's get a spoon. I won't have to open one now. We'll just check this one out. I'm going to show you. Let's see. How can I show you? I can't really get you up here, guys. You see these beans? There's the bean. And it's still. Did you see that? It's not mush. Now that was even in water. It wasn't even encased in the lid come off of it right off the bat too. And those beans are still in good shape. The meat's in good shape. But now I'm going to throw this away because, isn't that something? Yeah, it was just the lid that popped, and I thought that it was the whole jar. That just amazes me. It was just the lid. That's just crazy. Anyway, that's the way it goes. So I've got 13 good jars to put in the pantry of chili. Good, good tasting chili. We ate it for dinner. So good. So, so, so good. That's going to be good on the shelf. Going to be really good on the shelf. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And this was a fun video to do. I mean, I was really busy, and I'm going to go ahead and put my recipe underneath this video. But if you want to make your chili and can it, then by all means do that. You don't have to make my chili, okay? But it was really good chili. And I did a lot. That's a lot at one time to do. But I was bound determined I was going to do that. So that's what I did. That's going to make a lot of good dinners, All right. I love you guys. Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.